A revocable living trust is one that you create while you're still alive. Usually, you're going to name yourself, you and your spouse are going to be the trustees of that trust. So, at any time, you can put assets in the trust, you can take assets out, you can dissolve the trust altogether. You have full control over the trust while you're living. The benefits of a revocable living trust are that you put your assets outside of your personal name so that they're protected in the event that somebody is coming after you for money. If you get in an accident and you're sued or there are creditors, they can't get at your assets that are in your trust. If all of your assets are in a trust, then probate is unnecessary. The trust owns your assets. You don't actually own anything. So if you die, there's nothing to transfer to your heirs. The trust automatically transfers the beneficiaries to your heirs that you've named, and they now own it in the trust. A trustee is the person who manages the trust. Consider the trust kind of like a business. The trustee is the business manager. It manages the assets of the trust, or he or she manages the assets of the trust. While you're alive, if you have a revocable living trust, you are usually the trustee of your trust. You may have backup trustees available in the case that you become incapacitated. And certainly, if you were to pass away, you want an alternative trustee to manage the assets once you're gone. Usually, if you're creating a trust, you and your spouse are going to be the initial trustees. That gives you full control over what happens with the trust, whether it continues, what assets you add into it or take out of it. To choose the next level of trustee, you often will pick a person or persons that are going to be the beneficiaries of the trust. If your minor children are the beneficiaries of the trust, then maybe you're going to name a trusted family member or financial advisor, someone who is going to be knowledgeable, fair, and responsible in making decisions about how the trust assets are used and distributed. There are a lot of different types of trusts available to you depending on your goals, depending on the level of assets and income that you have. So it's important to talk with a qualified estate planning attorney to make sure that you are picking the right type of trust to effectuate what you want to happen with your assets. You may want to consider tax planning if you have a significant amount of assets, because the last thing anybody wants is for the government to take all of their money that they would prefer to leave to their children. Using a trust in your estate planning can simplify your legacy. If you have questions, please give us a call at DeFord Law Firm.